Today we are going to look at two ways that new immigrants got help. Both of these would have taken place from the period about 1840, 1850 to 1920, although some of them happen a little later. And both of these ways are people immigrants could go to get help when they came to a new country. The first thing we're going to talk about are political machines. A political machine is a group of corrupt men involved in politics. That C word, corrupt, is very, very important. These men would work together to help new immigrants in exchange for their votes. So let's say your local city councilman would come up to you and he would say something like, "Oh, look at your apartment building. It's very run down, it's very dirty. I will force the guy who owns it to put in some nice things for you, but you got to promise to vote for me in exchange." That is corruption when you promise something in exchange for a vote. Political machines did all sorts of things to help new immigrants. They usually focused on improving the neighborhoods that they lived in. They did things like build sewers, paved the roads, and provided things that new immigrants might need, like food, clothes, housing, jobs. They might have a job open on the city sewage building workforce, and they might say, "If you vote for me, you can have this job, but only if you promise to vote for me." The next way that immigrants got help were called settlement houses. Settlement houses were community centers designed to help new immigrants. So if we think of a community center now, we think of something like the YMCA. Well, the YMCA provides a lot of services for the people who live around it in that neighborhood. They might provide after-school care so that parents can work and students can be in a safe environment while their parents are working. They provide recreational activities and they provide classes. And settlement houses did those things, but they were designed to help new immigrants who were just coming into the country. For example, they would provide daycare like we see in this picture. If an immigrant mother had to work, she wanted to make sure she had somewhere safe to leave her young children. So if they could go to the settlement house, the settlement house would take care of them while the mom was working during the day. They would also provide classes. For example, in English, if you're coming from a different country and you don't know any English, it's going to be very hard to get by in America without learning it. So a settlement house could help you do that. And they would do other things to help immigrants assimilate into American culture, to blend into American culture. They would provide classes on cooking so that the new immigrants could learn how to cook American-style food. They would help them learn how to be better housekeepers. All sorts of stuff to help them assimilate into American culture. And the first settlement house is called Hull House. It was in Chicago, and it was founded by Jane Addams. If we look at this picture, it looks a lot nicer than a lot of those immigrant neighborhoods and immigrant houses, the tenements and the ghettos that we have seen pictures of. It was designed that way, so it would be a nice place people would want to go there to get the help that they needed.